The only fall I would take as a physiotherapist is falling in love. All other falls are not allowed. Hi everyone, it's Giri here from Instep Physical Therapy and my assistant Roop here. We are here at the Chartwell Retirement Residence to give an interactive balance workshop to educate people about why balance is important and how to prevent falls and some exercises for them to work on. That's why we are here on this beautiful morning. You all know me, I am Giri Srinivasan, physiotherapist.
How do you say Giri?
Giri, G. Giri, yeah.
Giri.
Yes, you got it. Some people pronounce G as G, it's actually G. Giri, yeah. And I'm a physiotherapist, I'm practicing in Edmonton for like 20 years. And I have my own clinics, I have a bunch of clinics. Instep is one of our clinic, that's on 107th Ave. The closest clinic from here, we have a clinic in Windermere, it's called Momentum Spine and Sport. And also we have a clinic in Rapid Hill Road, which is also called Momentum Spine and Sport. That's also one of our clinics. So I'm here today to talk about a little bit of what are the things we can do to prevent falls, because as you know, in a retirement residence, as we all age, that's one of the main concerns. Before we start, I want you guys to let me know how many of you have fallen in the last 3 months. 1, 2 people have fallen in the last 3 months, okay? How many of you here has fear of falling? Oh, be careful. Okay, so that's a majority, right? Like 4 people out of 7 have fear of falling. And that is why this is important here. So we're gonna quickly go through what are the components you need for a good balance. I put a small slide here to show. Obviously we have to have a brain, which is a processing center. We need to have a spinal cord, intact spinal cord to conduct the messages. We need to have good eyesight. I know that some of the people here has bad eye issues, and you make sure that you consult your ophthalmologist and make sure that eyes are in good shape. I know Evelyn always complains about her eyesight. Inner ear is very important because you have a small structure in the ear which controls your balance and the direction of movement and the direction sense. That's very important as well for your balance. Inner ear is also for hearing and balance. So that's important. Joints have a lot of receptors which tells your brain all the time how your joints are moving, what's the direction of movement, and also how much weight it's been taking. That information very important for the brain to activate your muscles to stabilize you. Brain is only as good as what goes in. If what's going in is not right, what's coming out will not be right.
Input, output.
Exactly.
Yes.
Input is as important, only the output will be better. So that's why the information from your joints, your hips, knees and feet especially, very, very important. So we talked about joints, that's why the input from your joints are very important. As we age, we get a lot of osteoarthritis, a lot of joint dysfunctions. Then information going to the brain can be a little bit iffy. Then your output can be a problem. Sensory receptors in your muscles also has receptors which will tell your brain whether muscles is elongated or shortened or compressed or loaded, and that's very important as well. These are the 3 important balance strategies everybody should know and should have, right? A lot of people don't know about it. So basically what it is, first one is called ankle strategy. What is an ankle strategy? If Roop, I use you as a model? Roop is my assistant. She's wonderful, she works with all my clients, and she's also a physiotherapist from India. She's going to be a physiotherapist in a few months. And I'm just training her under me. And that's Naveen in the back, is my marketing director, and he's always with me. This is my small team. We have a team of 20 people, but we generally 2 are here. So going back to ankle strategy, if Roop is standing here, if I'm going to give just a little bit of a disturbance for her, only her ankle will move. So just show the ankle strategy a little bit. There you go. Look at her ankle. Right? That's called ankle strategy. When you have a little perturbation, little disturbance, this has to happen in your ankle. That's called ankle strategy. If that is not there, you're going to go down like a brick. So that is called ankle strategy. So if the force is a little bit more, oh sure. So if you see her feet,
I can't see her.
yeah. See, watch your feet. See that?
Yeah.
That's called ankle strategy.
Okay.
So if your disturbance is very mild, you just go and balance your ankle and come back. Okay, that's called your ankle strategy. And you need to have a good ankle strategy to maintain your balance. So if the force is a little bit more, so I'm going to give a little bit more force, right? So I'm just walking in the corridor, I'm just doing that to her. Then see what happens? Then hip comes on, right? The hip strategy comes on. That's what happens when you have a little bit more force. So somebody pushes a little hard, you go, and then you come back. That's a hip strategy. It's very important. Yeah. Hopefully, yes.
And how about if you're wobbling
What's that?
That's totally different. That's ataxia. That's imbalance that has to be trained on. So that is not strategy. These are all the strategies you use when your balance is challenged, right? The next is called the stepping strategy, which the force is way too much. If I'm hitting her too hard, then she would take a step. So if somebody hits me too hard, I would go and I balance, and I will go like this and I balance. I go like this and I balance. So that's called the stepping strategy. So these three strategies automatically should come on your body when your balance is disturbed, right? But the problem is, due to our age, due to a lot of muscle problem, joint problem, everything, our strategies are decreased. That's why we are not able to hold ourselves back from falling. Somebody just touches you, you go down, right? Yeah.
Our body doesn't react.
Exactly. The good news is you can train these strategies.
Yeah.
All these strategies can be trained. There are exercises you can do to train these strategies so that it's better. If you're disturbed, you can gain back your balance without falling. You all know how dangerous the fall is. One fall is what keeps you from this building to a long-term care center, right?
Yeah.
Because my wife works in a long-term care center. She is a physiotherapist there in Devonshire Care Center. Because I know how the life is there, how the life is there. It's all one fall. They'll put you to the hospital, break your hip, you can't walk, they'll send you to the long-term care center, right? So that's why it's very, very important. I'm not trying to scare you, it's a reality. We are all just one fall away from here to the long-term care center. Any questions about this? Because this is the most important thing you need to take home today. You should know how good is your ankle strategy, how good is your hip strategy, how good is your stepping strategy, and how you can balance yourself. If that's not good, you can train on that. As we age, we get weaker. Anybody here know what sarcopenia is? Sarcopenia. No. That's a word you all should know. That means cell death. So what happens after 40 years of age? Our cells die. Our muscle cells die. It happens to everybody. So what happens? These cells die and they get replaced by fat tissues. That is why we get this wibbling arms, underarms in here, right? Because that's an example, right? So to prevent sarcopenia, you have to do some kind of resistance exercises. That's the key. I'll ask some of the seniors who come to see me, they'll say, what do you do for exercise? Oh, I go for a walk. That's great. Walking is good, but that's not enough. Walking is not a strengthening exercise. Walking is not giving you resistance to the muscles to prevent sarcopenia, to prevent cell death. That is why I tell the elders, seniors, you have to do some resistance exercises every day. It can be a body weight. You don't have to carry a 100-pound dumbbell and do that, but just your body weight. Just doing this is a resistance exercise. You're using your body weight to strengthen your leg muscles. As simple as that, right? It doesn't have to be any fancy. You don't have to go to gym to do that. You can do in your own house, own room upstairs. Every loves her squats. She does a lot of squats every day because I make her do the squats every day. A simple thing you can do like that, 20 squats a day, and you prevent all the cell death in your leg muscles. So if you're not already doing, I want everybody from today do some resistance exercise. Some for upper body, some for lower body. It has to be a plan in your day. Any questions?
Every morning at 10 o'clock, we have gentle exercise.
Good.
They do a lot of this. Do you know how many people come to them? 3.
Wow. That's a sad story, but
I know.
they need to understand the importance of it. Then they might realize, right? So nothing is going to strengthen your muscles. You can't take a pill for strength. There's no pill you can take for strength. You have to put your body through resistance to gain strength. Because if everybody can take a pill to be strong, everybody will be strong. Because it's hard. You know why people don't like exercises? Too tired? Any other answers?
Yes.
Why people don't like exercises?
Lazy.
Lazy? Any other answers? Number one reason, because it's free. Number one reason people don't like exercise because it's free.
Pay for it, yeah.
If you pay me $100 for an exercise, would you do it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you would. Other causes for falls, vision defects. We already talked about it. Vision is very important for your fall to see where you're going and what kind of surface changes from the carpet to the tiles, stairs, everything. Musculoskeletal, see, big reason. Arthritis, stiffness of the joints, weak muscles. We just talked about sarcopenia. Giving away of the knee. Sometimes people will have buckling knee. They'll be walking, suddenly the knee will buckle because they don't have good stability, or they might have osteoarthritis, they might have a balance issue. That's a very dangerous thing. You try to get up from the chair and you just buckle and collapse. Deconditioning due to immobility. If you're sick, and if, for example, some people got COVID in this building, they were sick for a couple of weeks and they got really deconditioned. and then we got to bring them back. And I know everyone went through that when I was working with her. Neurological problems. I know some people have neurological problems like stroke, epilepsy, Parkinson's, multiple sclerosis, and that makes you more weaker, more challenging balance issues. Heart problems, another important thing. Drop attacks, blood pressure dropping. You have to make sure that heart is in good health. And also medication side effects are a big thing. A lot of medications can give you dizziness, right? So we have to make sure you're taken care of by your doctor. If you feel dizzy after any medication, talk to your doctor and tell him that you're not feeling good. So maybe reduce or change the prescription. Environment, poor lighting, rugs, cords, very cluttered kitchen, cluttered living room, right? Sometimes your walker itself, you trip on your own walker and fall sometimes. You keep it close to the chair, you get up and you just trip on those wheels. So be careful with those things. And those are the causes. What are the effects? If you fall, what happens to you? Physically, mentally, and socially. It's devastating. You can't go out. You are stuck in your room. As I said, you might go to the long-term care center from here. You cannot travel. You cannot see your family. You cannot go to your buddy for a coffee. You can't come down from upstairs for the kitchen. And mentally, you'll be depressed, loss of confidence, fear of falling. A lot of people I know here have fear of falling. And also you cannot move, you're immobile and you lose your muscles, and then you get a lot of other things, fracture, brain injury. Hip fracture is the worst. I pray to God none of you get a hip fracture because that's the worst decline I've seen in elders. One hip fracture, your life changes dramatically. Any questions about causes and effects? Everybody should understand what are the different causes and what are the different effects of the fall. Okay, no questions, let's move on. How to prevent falls? 30% of the falls are prevented. How? You all have handrails in your washroom for your bathtub. That's one of the things. Staircases, handrails. Picking up clothes on the floor. I know you're all a generation that I don't think you'll drop your clothes on the floor that much. I have to talk to my son, he's 13 years old every day. Because his clothes are all on the floor, he doesn't pick up. I told him you have a closet, that's where the clothes belong. But I will pick it up every Friday. So Monday to Friday, he keeps his clothes on the floor. So that's a teenager for you.
How old is your son?
13.
13?
Yeah, 13, 1-3.
What? I know.
Yeah.
That is just starting this
I know.
teenage.
They have no fear in
I know, I will go outside and pick up your clothes from the floor. Right?
I will do later.
So, pick up clothes from the floor, don't leave it. Clear away loose cards. The loose cards, so many people fall because of that. If you have any loose cards in your room, please make sure you tuck it away properly. Okay? Because you might have so many things in your living room. Using non-slip mats in the shower. That's very important. A lot of people fall in the bathroom and shower. So shower is the most accident-prone place in your home. So be very careful. Have a non-slip mat, have a handrail, keep the lights on. I know how many of you like the candlelight shower, I'm not sure, but keep your lights on.
Not anymore.
Declutter kitchen, declutter your living room. Okay, don't put things all over everywhere. And stay healthy. Check your medications, prescriptions, regular eye checks, heart checks. Good morning, sir. Come on in.
Hello.
And exercise regularly. I know you guys have exercise class regularly, but as you said, it's not looks like not a lot of attendance for that. Yeah.
It's for free.
Yeah, I know. That's why. Wear shoes with traction, good traction if you have to. And also, talking about shoes, the best things you can do for your feet when you're inside your house, be barefooted. Do not wear shoes inside your house. Barefoot is the best thing you can do for your feet and for your balance and for your health. Not even socks. It's summer. As much as possible, be barefooted. Connect your feet to the earth, to the floor. It will do wonders for your health. I'm telling you. I can talk about that for 3 hours, but that's not the topic of the presentation. But take this message from me today. Be barefooted as much as possible. Don't tell me I have bunions, I have this, I have that. Doesn't matter if you have bunions or if you have flat foot, doesn't matter. And also a lot of the feet problems comes because we cage our feet in the shoes all the time. The feet are meant to be uncaged. And the more time you wear shoes, the more trauma to your feet and your body. Just this message I want to leave you with. And improve your diet. You guys have some good diet routines here. Okay, we're going to do some activity. We're going to screen your balance, how good your balance is. We're going to do 3 simple tests here to see how good your balance is. Is everybody okay to stand up? You can use your walker in the front. You can hold on to your walker. Yeah. group, you can be in the back, so help somebody there. And yeah, people who wants to hold on to something, also you can also hold on to the chair in the front of you, if you have to. Everybody ready? The first thing we're going to do, guys, is called the single leg standing test. This is one of the most important tests to find out how good your balance is. Okay? And most of you are here 60 plus, I guess? 60 plus should be able to stand. I'm telling only the normative data, you don't have to. 60 plus to 60 to 70 should be able to stand 27 seconds in single leg. If you're 70 to 80, you should be able to stand 18 seconds with single leg. Okay, that's a normative data. But we're not going to talk about that. Right now we're going to see whether if you can. Okay, please be careful. I don't want any fall. Have a touch in the front of your chair. Then I just want you to lift your right leg up if you can. See if you can see how long you can stand. If you put too much weight on your hands, that's not eligible. You should put a feather touch. Yeah, feather touch on your hands. Because ideally you're supposed to do free with nothing touching. But because of the balance issues, I'm asking you guys to touch. Okay? And yeah, you see, that is a self-test. You should see how good. Be careful. No, don't try. I want you to fall. Have a seat. Okay, sit down, guys. Sit down, please. Now you know, a simple example this morning, a reminder, how is your balance, right? If you can't do that without holding on to anything, if you can't do that for 10 seconds, we have a problem. Because why single leg standing is important? Because walking is a single leg activity. We walk like this, aren't we? It's a single leg activity. Unless somebody walks like this, no, right? Nobody walks like that? No, right? We walk like this. So it's a single leg activity. You go on single leg when you walk. If you don't have the single leg stability, that's going to be a problem. You go on stairs, you go on single leg. That's why single leg is very important. So if you can't stand single leg standing, at least for 10 seconds without holding on to anything, you have a balance issue. The second one, the functional reach test. Okay? What is that? You can watch me first. Stand up like this. Try to put your arm out there, and you can mark it on the wall. So how you can check the functional reach? You go like this, you mark your pencil on the wall, and then you try to lean as much as forward, and you mark that. You see the distance, how much distance you can reach. Basically, you see the picture here. You just stand and reach, and mark that distance, and mark the other distance. And see how much distance you can reach. If you can't reach more than 6 inches or below 6 inches, you are very much at risk to fall. 6 to 10 inches, you are at moderate risk for fall. Everybody can check basically in your home at the wall, but be careful. So basically you stand beside the wall, put your arm out, mark in the pencil, and then go as much as you can, and then mark again. While doing this, be safe. I don't want you to fall on your face and break your nose. Maybe hold on to something if you have to. And if that distance is less than 6 inches, you are in trouble. Okay, that's called a functional reach test, because reaching is very important. It's very functional. We have to reach for everything. In the kitchen, in the bathroom, in the living room, in the bedroom, we have to reach for things. And if you don't have a balance while reaching, you are in trouble. The last one we're going to check is 5 repetition sit to stand test. It's a very important test to see how prone you are to fall. The test is, I'm going to go through the test first. Basically, you got to time it. So, Roop is timing me. Okay, she's going to check how much time am I taking to do 5 times sit to stand. Are you ready? She's going to time me, okay? So I sit. If you want to use your hands, you can use your hands. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many seconds? 7 seconds. I did it in 7 seconds. If this timing, if it is more than 12 seconds, you are in trouble. Shall we try, everybody? First, not yet. I'm going to start the timer, okay? Do it only if you are safe to do. Hold on to things. If you don't have balance, don't do it. Okay, if you don't want to do it, please don't do it. This is just a self-check. Okay, we're going to start the timer. Ready? All the eager people, let's go. Start. 1. Raise your hand once you've done 5 times. Okay, 10 seconds, 11 seconds, 12 seconds, 13, 14, 16. Still going on. Only 5 times, huh?
19, 20.
More. No, you can't do more. You can't do till the sunset. It's only 5. Only 5. Okay? See, there are a couple of people did below 10 seconds, which is amazing.
Yeah.
The people who did after 12 seconds, you got to work on your balance. This is another big indicator for prediction of falls. 3 important tests, guys. This is the predictor of falls. So I can tell you today who's going to fall, who's not going to fall, or the probability of falling is more for who and not for who. Very simple. So that you can work on your balance exercises. Any questions about these tests? No? Awesome. Please, if you want to try later, try it with somebody beside you. Don't try it at home and fall and break your nose. Then tell Ursh that my physiotherapist came today morning, told me to try this. I tried, I fell, I broke my head. We don't want that. Safety is number 1. Okay?
Last time I used to know why I thought you are doing something else. But mental balancing or something.
Yeah.
Now it is clear.
Yeah.
It is physical balance.
Yes. Okay. That's how you self-screen it. But as physiotherapists, when we come to our clinic or when we come here to assess your balance, we do much more than that. We do a lot of things to assess your balance. Those 3 things are simple things only I told you. But we do a different scale, we do the gait index, we score on all of these things, how much your confidence you have, how's your lower extremity function, how's your balance test. We have a lot of different balance tests we perform, postural controls tests, and also we check your strength and coordination. All these things we do if you have to do a balance assessment on you. We do all of these things and then make sure where you are at, then we teach you appropriate exercise. That is why I told you, I cannot give you 6 exercises for all of you to do because everybody's exercise will be different here in this room. That's why we have to screen and make sure where you're at because everybody's starting point will be different. I would start a guy with 10 seconds to stand differently than 18 seconds. You have to understand, everybody's starting point is different. How do we progress the balance exercises? There are a lot of ways we can progress the balance exercises. The number 1 thing in balance exercise is safety. Safety is very important. You can do the exercise with your buddy or with your family member, and always I suggest my patients to have a transfer belt. So you put your transfer belt on if you're doing a balance exercise. So this is something everybody who want to do balance exercises should have, right? So this put your balance exercise on, this one on, and then the person next to you can always put a hand over here. So it's something to hold on to. Because they can't hold on your shirt or a pant, it's not safe. To protect them and also to protect you from falling. So if you're going to do balance exercise, if somebody is going to spot you, you should always wear a transfer belt. So because safety is number 1. Then we progress exercise from easy to hard, from simple to complex, from stable to unstable objects. For unstable, we use different things. See this foam pad? We use this a lot in our balance training for providing an unstable surface. Standing on this and balancing, it's more effort for me. It works on my postural reactions, balance reactions, and everything. So unstable objects, and also another unstable object I bought it's called a Boston ball or a half ball. Like we do a lot of stuff on this one, working on that, do lunges, sometimes we go on it, not everything for everyone. We do marching on it, right? So a lot of things we do on unstable objects for balance. And also here we have a balance board. We use this to work on your ankle strategy and hip strategy. So I go on it, right? I work on my ankle strategy, just the ankles. Then I can also work on my hip strategy. So a lot of things we can work on the balance board. Those are some examples of unstable objects. Static to dynamic. This is a static exercise. That's a dynamic exercise. An example of static and dynamic exercise, right? Slow to fast, fast to slow. 2 legs on the stable surface, 2 legs on the unstable surface. 1 leg on the stable surface, 1 leg on the unstable surface, eyes open, eyes closed. There's so many ways we can progress the exercise and modify. So those are the ways we kind of design your program. It's not one size fit all. That's the end of my presentation. Now it's your turn to ask me questions. So we talked about what balance is all about, what are the components of balance, what are the strategies. Don't forget your ankle, hip, and the hip strategy and the stepping strategy. Then we talked about the causes and effects. Then we talked about what are the tests we're going to do, you're going to do, and what we can do as a physiotherapist. Then we talked about the last one is different ways of progressing the balance exercise. Again, as I said, There's not one size fit all. Everybody has to be assessed and given appropriate balance exercise for yourself at your level of balance to start with. Any questions, guys? Shoot away your questions.
I have a great fear
Yeah.
of falling
Mm-hmm.
because when I fell once,
Yeah.
I really hurt myself.
Mm-hmm.
So now I am ultra careful. Never mind letting go of anything. I'm afraid.
Exactly. That's a very normal thing to have that fear. How you can conquer that fear is by boosting your confidence. How you can boost your confidence by doing a balance exercise. That's all it is. Starting as simple. Your balance exercise can be as very simple. Very simple. You can start a simple balance exercise. There are levels of balance exercise. I have about 10 levels of balance exercise. I can progress you to. Everybody, for you, there is a starting point. For her, there is a starting point. For her, there is a starting point. For her, there is a starting point. Everybody's starting point is so different. That's why the professionals come in, because we go to school to learn these things, right? And we work with seniors quite a bit. And also I have a post-graduations in geriatrics. I have a show, I do 2 episodes a month on my show. There's a lot of good information on that about your musculoskeletal health and neurological health. It's called Ask Giri the Physio Show. You can go to YouTube and check it out, and everything is free. You don't have to pay anything. All the episodes are archived in there, so you can watch that, and a lot of good information is there. And to contact me, and my name is Giri, and I work at Instep Physical Therapy. So phone number, and the website is instaphysio.ca, and my show website is physioshow.ca, and we provide online and also on-site options for balance training. I come and work with Evelyn every week here in a room number 324. I work with her every week. We work on balance, we work on strength and everything like that. So, and we also do on-site options and also online options. Like we do online training as well. So those are the informations about myself and my team and services we provide for all the seniors. Thank you for listening and watching. Yes, you have a question.
Does Alberta Health or
No.
Blue Cross?
Blue Cross covers. Blue Cross covers physiotherapy, but you have to check if it's not. There are some plans which will not cover physiotherapy. You got to call them and ask if your plan covers physiotherapy. So we direct bill that. We directly bill your insurance.
I have coverage with retired teachers of
Oh yeah, Ultra, yeah. Yeah, they will cover physiotherapy, then we have to direct bill them. So we bill all the insurance companies directly. My girls in the clinic will take care of that.
Okay.
Yeah. Any questions, guys?
How much a session are you charging?
Oh, for the assessment, it would be about $200, and the sessions would be $100 after that.
$100 for how long?
It depends what you
Half
need.
an hour or an
An
hour?
hour, an hour.
An
All the
hour
sessions are
session.
1 hour, yeah. So those are our charges, and then if anybody needs anything, feel free to contact me. I'm leaving some of my cards here, the cards and brochures are inside. So you can reach out anytime you need, but please make sure you take care of your balance and your strengthening exercise. Both goes hand in hand. If you're not doing any strengthening exercise, you must start today. Don't tell me I'm walking, because walking is not a strengthening exercise.
If you're walking without a walker.
No, that's still, even that's not an exercise. No, you have to do strengthening exercise. Can you give me a card, everybody? One of my card.
What about breathing?
Breathing is really very, very important. Very, very important, breathing. Yeah, because you need to breathe, right? You need to give the oxygen to your tissues. If there is no oxygen to the tissues, they don't get food. Any questions, guys? I got 5 more minutes to answer all your questions, anything you want. Ask me anything you want. It does not be about balance. It can be anything about physiotherapy or your musculoskeletal health or your neurological health. Because I'm also a neurological therapist. So, if you have any questions, let me know.
You got the estimate as well?
No, this is just one presentation, but I come every week to see Evelyn.
Okay.
I come every weekend to see Evelyn in a room. We work with each other for about an hour every weekend. Yeah. We work on strengthening, balance, and all those things. And she used to have a lot of falls now. In the last 6 months, she had only 1 fall in the elevator. So I'm proud of that. The hard work she's doing, she's already showing the results. She used to fall once a week, or even 2 times a week. Now in the last 6 months, she only fell once in the elevator because she didn't watch the step. So I'm so glad. She's a hard worker. She does her exercises diligently. I'm so proud of her.
My feet always gets a pins and needles feeling,
Yeah.
like very numb.
Yes. The numbness on the feet. You have any peripheral neuropathy or diabetes?
I haven't been like you.
Yeah. That means it's your nerves in the lower back is not happy. That's why it's giving you pins and needles in your feet.
All the time.
Yeah. So we have to make sure your lower back is in good shape. You have to do some exercises to relieve the pressure from the nerves in your lower back. So your feet numbness and tingling will go away. Yeah. We have to check where it's coming from. Is it coming from your feet or it's coming from the lower back? Most of the time it comes from your lower back. because those are the nerves coming out to your feet. And they're not happy in the lower back, you're going to have a numb and tingly feet.
What exercise can I do?
I have to assess you to find out where the problem is coming from. Is it from the lower back or is it from the knee or the ankle? And then we have to give you exercises based on that.
But there's no exercises currently.
Just like that, no. We have to assess to see where it's coming from. I have to do test on you to find out. Anything else, guys? Sorry?
I take an exercise machine there, one machine I use
Rowing machine?
like that.
Yeah.
And if I use it for very often, then I have a problem in the back area, the muscle area.
Yeah. Maybe you're not doing it right. You have to do some back stretches. You have to do some back stretches. Maybe email me, I'll send you some stretches. Yeah. There's an email on that one.
Oh, okay.
Anything else, guys? Otherwise, thank you so much for your time today. Hope you learned one or two things you can take home. And please work on it. And if you have any questions, there's an email on that card. You can email me if you have any questions. Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Bye.